Okay, right then, John. So if we just draw some lines on here now. This was the left-hand one here, represents your before swing from today, the start of the lesson. We discussed last lesson your right elbow. Now,
That's right.
certainly understandable. You're going to try and keep the elbow down.
Yeah.
You can see in this movement on the left-hand side now, in an attempt to keep the elbow down, your golf club now is this side of the red line, and it should be really this side or going up the red line at worst. Okay, so you've got this lifting of the golf, of the club now still going outside that red line. Your elbow is tucked in, but it's not supposed to be tucked, it's supposed to be down. There's a difference between flying down and tucked. Okay, you've gone from one extreme to the other, which is good because it means you're able to adjust what your elbow's doing, just haven't quite got in the right spot. Okay, so as you get up here now, quite steep, club now very, very close to your head. As you're coming down in a very steep angle of attack, hence the reason you were sort of chopping into the mat, some of your bad shots curving out to the right there. Exactly. So this movement here now, if I put this line up here now so the golf club's moved away a little bit, we're trying to get the sensation, the club you can see is swinging underneath that green line. If I put the line on there now, on your shoulders, you can see this club now swinging underneath that green line. Yeah, if we compare the back swings of these two, there was your club before, way out here, and now there's your club down the line there, here. Okay, so as you're going back, the club now is working parallel to that green line as you come back. And this is what we want to try and do. Do this in your practice, so it feels exaggerated there. So the club now working nicely, sort of parallel up that green line position, not going on this side of the green line. And then back to the golf ball. You can do this 2, 3 or 4 times just to get the feel of this. Again, you can do it at home in just in front of a mirror, just get the feeling of how that club. Then you set to the golf ball. Now your swing thought is just hit the ball.
I think the idea is to do it so often that you don't actually have to think about it. I'm thinking about it at the moment.
Exactly.
You know, well, I should do it so often that it just comes.
But the way
exactly,
and this is why I always try and encourage people. If you sort of did this movement here now, like you did here, sort of 3 or 4 times as a practice movement, even if the shot you then hit isn't very good, you'll have done 3 good movements to 1 bad. Eventually, those 3 good are going to start outweighing the bad, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then you become more and more of the muscle memory, and you'll start just doing it. Because when you set to the golf ball here now, I don't want you sort of thinking here and there and up. I want this club to just go back. A feeling within your elbow might still be there, but it's got to be a momentum, complete back and complete through. Now, if we watch this swing here now, this was a full swing. Look where the club's going, okay? Way back up there. Elbow is down. Now it went up a little, which is fine. But again, you think where it was
before
Monday, it was kind of up here, okay? We want it kind of there. You went a little bit down here before. Just level with the right shot was fine. So at the top of the backswing here now, you're now coming back down under that green line. The club head now you can just see is about there. As we come in the golf ball, lovely shot, and the ball's heading down the driving range there nicely. So your process or your practice routine, and this will be on the golf course as well.
Yeah.
When you set to the side of the golf ball, have 1, 2 or 3 of these little tiny movements that are just encouraging that takeaway. Then you step to the golf ball, you look up, you've decided what you're going to do in terms of club, shot, where you're going to aim, and then you just pull the trigger. Don't think it during the swing, going, my arm's going to go here, my elbow going to do this, and my club goes around here. If you exaggerate, and initially when you were doing these first movements here, swinging the golf club back, as I said, try and point the shaft towards me, you felt like when the club was here, that it was probably pointing somewhere over here, like it was going way behind it, the terms of, I'm going to miss the ball from there. Because it felt so far this way, it felt very strange. But by exaggerating it more and more this way on the way back, then when the real swing came in, it actually sort of somewhere between where you were to where you practiced, and then you came back on a good line. So you exaggerate it in practice, have purpose to that practice. Then when we set up to the golf ball, do your thing, you just hit it. The golf swing, I mean, you think how quick the golf swing is? If we start the golf club down here, on that clock time it's 11:43, 11:45 your club's going back, alright? So 11:45, just at 11.5 seconds, okay, we're hitting the golf ball at 13.5. So 2 seconds. What can you really think of in 2 seconds? It was like boom, boom. It's not a lot of time to think. So if you're overthinking the golf swing, you're going to struggle. If, however, the golf club, as we can see, is way out here, it's going to make it very, very tough for you to get the golf club back.
It's got to be nice because I'm hesitating because I'm trying to think of it, you see. So, and actually you hesitate and obviously you're going to lose power.
Oh, you lose everything. Momentum, speed, and generally technique. I mean, a lot of the sports, I've had a guy before who was a cricketer, and he couldn't understand how he could miss the ball when he could hit a cricket ball at 90 mile an hour at his head, but put a golf ball on the ground stationary, I can't hit it. How am I missing a guy? He's not moving.
Yeah.
Because there's time to think.
Yeah.
When you're playing golf, you think about a lot of things, and that's where your brain can get in the way. In sports like hurling, as you said, and cricket, and obviously baseball and tennis, the ball gets put and you have to react
So
to
fast,
it.
you're
There's no
reacting,
exactly, yeah.
you know,
And sometimes a
just-
reactionary thing is a better action, yeah. So your practice is always an exaggeration away from the way you don't want to do it, and then ball gets in the way, you just pull the trigger. Okay. Good man. Very good. Right. No